Decepticons, trick knowledge, all of the things people fall for, mental perceptions, mind control, a lot of people don't realize that their mind is being controlled, that they're, being used as a vehicle by an outside entity or something other than themselves, and this is really going on. This is the problem why a lot of things are the way that they are, why situations are the way that they are, when you look around you and you see all of the chaos, so forth and so on, but without chaos there cannot be any order, without order there cannot be any chaos, so all things are necessary, we have to start looking at things from a more spiritual perspective, and I'm talking about, like, really higher, higher levels, higher frequency, higher vibration of thought, because a lot of people are still, playing on mundane levels, and some people are too damn old, to still be playing these mundane games. It's like, come on, why are we playing games with ourselves still? Why are we, celebrating, European holidays, their government fundraisers? You're living in New Rome. Why are you supporting Rome? Why are you financially supporting your oppression? Why are you funding your own destruction? And this is crazy because people make excuses for feeding this beast. Shit's gonna eat you alive, but you want to keep feeding it so it can grow and grow and grow. And the only thing it's gonna do in return is eat you. I mean, where are we at? Are we really that sick in the head? Illogic? Is that really what's going on? Because it seems like either we're playing games with ourselves, or certain individuals are out here and their purpose is to manipulate your mind, to deceive you, to trick what you perceive to be true, to trick your knowledge. It's a lot of individuals like that, kind of with, these people try to have these flock movements, cult type followings, different things like that, and really and truly, you can lead yourself, you can always learn from other people, but you don't have to be a follower of anyone. If you want to follow something, follow self. Learn the path of the soul. Tap into that area where the soul lives. Make your spirit connect with your soul. So you have to realize a lot of soulless people running around here. Yeah, they're trying to find a soul to mate with. But see, they got y'all fucked up in the head. Y'all run around here talking about soulmates and shit. Like, you don't realize like, your soulmate is your spirit. Your spirit is supposed to align with your soul. All of this soulmating stuff, come on now. So you letting these Europeans, you're operating off mountain logic, you're letting these people, manipulate you into thinking the way that they think. You see, a lot of this stuff isn't for you, melanated people, richly melanated people. So you have to understand that poorly melanated people, or people with a pseudo melanin, you know, these individuals have particular sciences that, they apply to themselves, and they're applying to themselves because they're trying to survive. A lot of these things don't apply to you. Now, you do have different types of melanin. You have skin melanin, you have neuromelanin, so you can't necessarily just go by the color or complexion of a person's skin, so you have to factor that in as well. But see, the thing is that these poorly melanated individuals, they want to survive. It's survival. So they're going to do what they have to do to survive. These people are vampires. I don't even assume you call them people. You're dealing with beasts. They're vampires. They're blood suckers, spirit suckers. They're gonna suck you dry. They're gonna feed off of your life force. These people wanna, create souls. They wanna live forever. You know, you have a lot of these creatures, floating around, wreaking a lot of havoc because see, it's all in the mind. See, it's all mental. See, when you control a person's mind, you control their actions, their movements, you control the vehicle. You know, it's like you just let somebody hotwire your car and they're operating your vehicle. So you have to be careful, what you allow to occupy your vehicle, you know, because some people are functioning in a way that, it's not even themselves or themselves. It's something else. See, it's a lot of misconceptions out there because people are following, this Euroscience. You're letting, individuals that have only been on the planet for maybe 6,000 years tell you about your ancient mind. We're running around here quoting their little mantras and, different little things that they say and do and suggest, and they're trying to tell you about your soul and your spirit and laws of the universe and different things like that. These people are thinking outside of themselves. They can only function a certain type of way because a lot of these individuals are soulless individuals. See, a lot of people don't realize that, everyone does not have a soul. People want to think that, but it's not true. You know, um, it's crazy because, people really believe a lot of crazy shit. You know, where does the knowledge come in at? Why are we getting to certain points and we just stopping? Shouldn't we go past this? Shouldn't we want to go someplace else, go to the next level with it? Why are we playing around on this kiddie level? It's crazy. Why the people insist on poisoning themselves? How could you possibly, in your mind, think that something dead is going to give you life? What in the hell would make you think that eating something dead is going to give you life? You constantly eat dead shit and you wonder why you dying fast. I mean, say we all got to die, but damn, what you in a rush for? You know, I don't know. It's a lot of crazy shit going on, though. That's all I know, man. I know people need to start using their fucking brain because they acting crazy as hell, man. Like they ain't got no damn sense. Everybody's so damn sensitive, caught up in their physical emotions and different things like that, hindering the evolution of their soul. They don't even comprehend the purpose of what's supposed to be and why things are the way they are. They sit around, they stay stuck in physical emotion. They don't get past that. They feed the physical ego all the time. You hear people running around, oh, kill the ego, the ego. Which one? You do know you have a physical ego, then you have a spiritual ego. But see, you gotta listen. You gotta comprehend this. When you listen to Johnny Come Lately, they're only gonna give you something partial. Because they look at things partial. They're a partial people. That's just how that is. So I would suggest that people start looking more into their indigenous roots, indigenous culture, different things like that, the way that they practice some of their thoughts or calculations or philosophies or what you may choose to call it. But yeah, because these Europeans, they go over, to Africa, South America, islands, different places, and they study, with the bush doctors and the shamans and stuff. They will not necessarily study with them, but they learn different things, from watching certain indigenous people do what they do. Then they come back over here and, they do their own thing with it, and they gonna lace it with something synthetic. Believe that. Because all synthetics is doing is just sending the ticks. That's what synthetics are. Synthetic, synthetic. So we know a tick is a parasite. You know, so people are taking in all of these synthetics, these parasites. You know, shit got them going crazy. You know, they can't think right. You know, some people just so emotionally attached to this physical stuff. You know, they blame things on their children. Oh, only celebrate holidays for the kids. Why are you poisoning your children? Why are you poisoning yourself? You're poisoning your family. You're delusional. And you're trying to attach to these European things. You know, who taught you to do this? Where did you get this concept of it's for the children? Who convinced you this? I mean, you have to fully let go of these slave mentalities and stop holding on to them. Let go. You have to fully free yourself. A lot of people are screaming they're conscious, but I mean, shit, most people aren't conscious. If you don't know anything about cars, auto mechanic knows about cars. That will make him conscious, and that will make you unconscious. You know what I'm saying? See, consciousness is knowing. Consciousness is to know. It's different levels. It's variations of consciousness. You know, to vaguely describe yourself in such a manner is it's a great injustice to yourself. You know, it's a great disservice to yourself. It's not something you should do to yourself. Let's just put it that way. You know, because I don't want to just ice or serve ice anything. You know, but see the words. We have to be careful what we say and how we say these things. You know, how these words are perceived. See, that's how the spell was cast through these words. You know, people perceive words in a certain manner, and then it controls them. You know, controls their actions, their movements, their thoughts. You know, so yeah, you know, but we got to totally let go of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. You don't need their holidays. Why are you supporting government fundraisers? You know, let it go. You know, let all that shit go. Because half of the shit you're cooking is going to kill you anyway. So we're going to celebrate a government fundraiser by giving the government money and cooking a bunch of shit that's going to kill us. So we're paying to commit suicide. You know, although you may not die immediately, but I'm saying is, you know, we're invested in poisoning ourselves. And we're going to consume a lot of poison on these particular days. We're going to overdose on the poison, you know. And this shit is killing people slow, you know. We got to start doing things differently because the way that things are being done, it can't be like that, you know. It's outrageous, you know. You got to have a little bit more control, you know. A little bit more, got to be a little bit more conscientious, you know. Because shit is just getting out of control, you know. So, you know, the excuses that people are making for their lack of discipline, you know, because that's what it is. It's a lack of discipline. It's a lack of self-respect. It's a lack of self-love, you know. Stop depriving yourself of what's yours, what belongs to you. You know, like, why are we so abusive to ourselves? Most of us are in abusive relationships with ourselves and we don't even realize it. You know, we've been so accustomed to abusing ourselves, we fell in love with our abusive self. You know, and like any other abusive relationship, it's no good. You need to find a way out. You need to escape. You know, so it's just a few things to think about. You know, it just, you know, kind of saddens me sometimes when I see people, you know, encouraging their children to believe in this make believe and, you know, making excuses for, you know, funding, you know, these parasites on their sanctioned days. You know, they have to tell you when to love, when to be married, when to be happy, when to spend time with your family, you know, when to honor your mother, when to honor your father, when to honor your grandparents. You know what I mean? Come on now. This is ridiculous. You know, and we make excuses to hold on to these slave chains and act like they're not there. Well, if you don't see the elephant in the room, let me point the elephant out to you. It's right there. And it's big. It's a very big elephant. And it's blue. And one tusk is longer than the other. So, come on. Can we please stop mind fucking ourselves? Because, I mean, the thing is you trick yourself before they trick you. You trick yourself into being tricked. It only works when you allow it to. but we have to become more, not only conscious in various areas, or universally conscious, but we also have to, be conscientious and apply this universal consciousness. So we have to stop limiting ourselves, to certain or restricting ourselves to certain ideologies or thought patterns, because you can always expand and add on more. How could you stay stuck with one ideology or one religion or one what you say or what you think is the truth? The truth is subject to change. Truth, facts, all of that is an illusion. People get so caught up in this physical, and you're getting this physical knowledge, but you're not getting this spiritual knowledge. You're not taking in this knowledge from the soul. You got to know where to go, where to get it from. You got to start unlocking them codes, because it's definitely real. You may not believe, you don't have to believe it. You know it. He who feels it knows it. You're your Lord. So, man, I just say all of that to say, people, let's get our shit together. Can we please stop feeding into fantasies? Can we stop holding on to these slave chains and let go? Because the only way to make this thing pop is, we're going to have to stand up. We're going to have to, realize that, we got the power. We have to utilize our power. We have to acknowledge our power, be aware of our power, and utilize our power. We have to start executing and stop being executed. So with that being said, I'll holler at you next time. Peace.